Good morning, chemistry dears. So, what we are going to attempt to accomplish today is a short review because all the skills that we've been building on are going to lead us down the winding road of stoichiometry. So, these are going to be short. I actually did this as part of my live review yesterday, which would have been 31st. So, today is April 1st, April Fool's Day, and no April Fool's Day would be complete without math. So, this is really kind of the big pinnacle of what we have been working towards. So, mole conversions, Avogadro's number, the balancing chemical equations, like identifying how to get from one unit to another. So, all of these skills are actually going to be put together to help solve stoichiometry style equations and questions. So, the closest thing that I can liken stoichiometry to is recipes. So if you were going to be making chocolate chip cookies, that's great. Everybody should make chocolate chip cookies. They're delicious. It's the only thing that's keeping me sane during this quarantine thing. So if your recipe calls for 2 cups of flour and you only have 1 cup of flour, you're going to have the rest of your recipe because you only have 1 cup of flour instead of two. So one of two is a half, and then you would half everything else. This way, the integrity of the recipe is still there. You will still get cookies, but you will just not get as many of them. So stoichiometry is solving how much of something you will have based on what reacts or what has been produced. And we're going to use mole ratios for that. So that is like the simplest introduction that I can give you to stoichiometry. So just letting you guys know, I've kind of been editing this as I've been doing my live reviews. So on the A Short Review tab, the things you need to know how to do is convert into moles. So grams to moles and atoms to moles. And that's where this next slide kind of leaves us. So you need to know how to solve for molar mass. So you're going to need to be able to use a periodic table, a calculator. If you need a review on how to solve for molar mass, go back into Google Classroom. You can Google it yourself. This is something that you should 110% know how to do. So the molar mass of an element is its atomic mass in grams. So if you take a look at the periodic table and you find chlorine, chlorine's atomic mass is 35.45 grams. Now, its molar mass is it has 35.45 grams per mole. So when I'm asking the question of how many moles are in 70 grams of chlorine, obviously, I'm not worrying about the decimal points. I would have to do 70 grams times 1 mole, because I'm keeping what I want as the numerator, over its molar mass, that 35 grams. And that's going to give me 2 moles, because 70 times 1 over 35 will give me 2. And the same thing going from atoms to moles. So how many moles are there in 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of chlorine? Well, you would take what you're given, which is the 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd, and you times it by 1 mole over Avogadro's. Now, I kept those two numbers the same because during my live review, I really didn't want to fight with a calculator. It would have wasted too much time. So 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd times 1 over 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd is going to give you 1. So it would be 1 mole. So for every mole of something, there's 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms. Okay. So you need to know how to do this. You need to know how to convert from grams to moles. Okay. You need to know how to convert from atoms to moles. And if you know how to convert into them, you just do the reverse to get back out.